welcome. Good evening. Tonight is Collective Enlightenment. I am your host, L. Ruby Thomas, joined by some of my other co hosts, Mr. Hutchin D. and Mr. Alvin Thomas, also known as. Go ahead.
Well, I'm the gold banker coming to you live 1 gram at a time. And, I got my brother at top. Always glad to have him in the space.
It's your main man, Hutchin D, aka HD, coming to you live from Dayton, Ohio. Glad to be here tonight on Collective Enlightenment.
All right. With that, Collective Enlightenment, self explanatory. It's a conversation for the masses that we come together, enlighten, and build so that we can have a bright future and build not just to survive, but to truly thrive. And we're going to have a lot of fun because tonight we get to talk about something that's kind of on everybody's mind and, questions that have been arisen. Even to myself live, people want to know when we talk to them about cryptocurrency, they kind of want to know about why is crypto ain't crypto in the tank and it's in the toilet, it's gone down. There is a crash right now. And what do you guys tell them when that happens?
Uh, well,
When you
personally,
encounter
my,
somebody?
my theory to that is if you think it's in the tank, let me get what you got. That's my answer to it all the time. I'll take what you
Okay.
got and don't worry about it.
Hold
After
on
I
and
see
pray.
it,
I'll just play. I was like, hold on and pray. I'm just playing, y'all. But no,
Hold on for dear life. Well,
stabilize your
first
stabilize the asset. That's all.
There
that's
you
all it
go.
really is.
First of all, we want to make sure you understand something. This is not financial advice. This is just stuff. These are just techniques that are used at different times. You can try different things. Um, I love it because when the crypto market is down, there's so many things with DeFi, decentralized finance, that's available to help build while your dollar amount might be going down, your coin amount, you might want your coin amount to go up, correct?
I think that's one of the good things that we talk about and we share with people. And,
Mhm.
I'm like we said, we're not financial advisors, but if you talk to anyone in the major field who are in crypto, they have a similar philosophy to what we just shared from our opinion and actual practice. That's it. And you go check,
Yeah.
you can find any investor, any financial advisor who is licensed in the world, and ask them the question: what do they think?
And one of the things that I think that people don't talk about too often is that no matter what, I just want to put it out there and remain gold and silver are still always going to be a solid format for saving and restoring your restoring your wealth or your finances.
Article 1,
Uh,
Section 10.
Hmm.
Come on now.
The only
You
true
might
true denominations on the books.
So what's really concerning is the amount that the very little that most people know. There's no very little people know about gold and silver. It's almost like it's a hidden wealth tool. Does that make sense?
Well, I don't know if you can call it a hidden wealth tool. It's always been out there in the public space. What happens is it's not spoken about fully.
Hmm.
When you hear the term gold and silver, you think of it as an ordination for your neck, your fingers. You're not thinking of it as a value. You're thinking it as just plain jewelry, while not realizing that jewelry has a value to it. Because they
Right.
wouldn't sell it if it didn't. And
So
then
in
they
other words,
go ahead.
but it'll also have different kinds of gold and silver. There's not just jewelry.
Without a doubt, there's more.
I mean, but you can make dollars into jewelry. You can make a dollar ring. I'm just saying.
Exactly. All right
One
now.
dollar, $1,
I'm,
$1.
And so
I'm
a
just
lot of
playing.
people
I'm
get
everybody.
a lot of people are getting discouraged by this condition. So there's a couple of things that are going on that people are talking about. There's inflation, which most people do not understand. Guys, would you mind explaining a little about inflation?
Well, textbook inflation is just what happens when the value of the fiat currency that you're using goes down according to the value of the product that you're looking to acquire.
Hmm.
Not the size of the product hasn't changed, just the value of acquiring the same process. And to make it a perfect example, how many of you guys go to the store and used to go to the store and get a container of orange juice? A container of orange juice used to be sold in 16-ounce containers. Same square box, same carton.
Yep, for a long time.
You used to get it for, I don't know, let's say $1.99. And this is just a number. If you look at that same carton nowadays, it's still the same 16-ounce container. But if you look at it, it doesn't hold 16 ounces anymore. The amount you're receiving for the same price has changed.
Hmm.
Sometimes it's 15 ounces, some places it's less ounces. But they're
But
the same price for lesser quantity. That is the simple example of what inflation is. You're receiving less for your dollar or whatever mode of currency you're using. Smaller product, same value or larger value. A larger cost, excuse me, that's the wrong terminology. A larger cost.
so when people, if I had to put a picture on inflation, what would it look like?
Mm,
I have a favorite one, and this is one I've used all the time. For all you truck enthusiasts who like the F Ford 150, currently an Ford 150 is about $60,000. About $60,000 to buy a brand new F-150. That is the same price of 2 kilos of gold, which is 2.2 pounds of gold. That is the same value. Now that's to date 2022. If you go back about I want to say 1930, a 2.2 block of gold was about, I want to say $600, $680.
Hmm.
A brand new Ford pickup truck, remember the old one that looked like a fire engine red with the wheel on the side, was about
Yeah.
$680 too. That's what inflation looks like.
Hmm.
That is the perfect picture. Same size bar of gold, different value.
Got it. So for those who are not truck enthusiasts, because there are some people who are not, we try to explain a little bit more so. For the average person, it looks like last month you paid three fifty for a loaf of bread. As a matter of fact, you spent $10 on a loaf of bread, a dozen eggs,
Where's that at?
a pound of sugar, a pound of sugar, and four sticks of butter. That would have cost you 10, maybe 10, $15. This month, that now called the same exact amount of food in the same quantities now costs you $20 to $25. Why is it?
Very good
Did the
example.
price did the price go up? The value of the dollar went down, and so you need more dollars to pay for the same food.
Same amount of
The,
food.
the price really didn't go up. The cost to acquire them went up by a percentage. What it cost to actually acquire them became higher. So they had to change the prices accordingly. And when you think that the dollar bill is not going as far, you're correct. But we always try to share with people how to get ahead of it. We don't just want to talk about the problems because we all are facing the problems together.
We
We
all
all
know
out
what
here
they
have
are.
the same
We've seen them.
problem. Look, I'll tell you right now, we're not as bad off as, I guess because it's worldwide, we're not as bad off as the Great Depression. But that doesn't mean that it's not getting there. Makes sense? That
Very
doesn't
true.
mean that in this day it's not getting there. Al, you were saying?
No, I mean the Great Depression was when I guess people realized the
Depressing.
dollar was kaput, for lack of a better term, for the first time. And I can only say for the first time because it's happened a few other times, and we've been able to scrape through. One of the things that most people don't know, and this isn't a history lesson, to for our government or our corporations to run this country, we have a budget that we have to create, and the goal is to make the budget balance. And whenever the budget doesn't balance, they have to do something that's called uh, raise the debt ceiling. You got I don't know how many people are familiar with the debt clock. You can see it down in Times Square if you're in New York. They have it online. And every time they needed to raise more money, they borrowed money and they raised the debt ceiling. I don't know who knows or who, but if you take a look at it, we're running out of room to the ceiling if we're not
Mm.
if we're not over the ceiling already.
Well, let's take a look at that.
If we're not, because it's a reality, and the debt clock never stops moving.
Exactly. So let's take a look at what that looks like. Because we're talking about the debt clock. And what is that? This
Now
is one of the renditions. They've
this is what
definitely changed it.
the debt clock covers the GDP of every country in the world, what we owe according to what we create, and how much money we move out and how much money we move in. That's what the debt clock covers. If you can see the numbers here, our national debt is somewhere in that $30 trillion.
That's our population.
That's about
Three, actually, no, no.
no, no,
Our
no.
population is 333 million. That's how many it says that we are in the US.
Our national debt is
Our
30,
national debt is still going up. As you can see, the numbers are changing and they're not heading down, they're going up.
and it's funny if
Guys,
you.
we're here. We're just taking a look at the debt clock right now.
I
Take a
just
look at
think it's
that.
funny because, this might. I don't know if this is anyone else's opinion. This is just mine. But I really want people to tell me what they think about it. If the value of the dollar is going down, how is it going to continue? How do we continue to create it? How are we still creating it if the value is going down and it's our ceiling that keeps going up? How do we get ahead of it?
Most people live their lives actually, just to share with you guys. um what is okay, I think what I heard it best on another platform where they said we are debt junkies. We have all been we've all been nursed on debt since birth, to be honest. Because if you think about it, most of us are from the get-go were born at a deficit. Our parents, when we were born, owed a bill to the hospital just to have us. Then
Yep.
as you got older, they had to pay for your education. They had to pay for your clothing, your existence. You to exist in the world while they were continuously working to pay for that existence. Then as you for you to move out into the world, they had to pay for your education in order for you to join the ranks of debtors. And that created another debt because most of them took out loans for you to go to a good college. And those loans were put in your name. Because how old were you at the time when they were taken out? You were old enough to hold a contract, 18 and above. Come on,
You,
somebody.
That's the only
you,
reason why I went 1 year and I was done because I saw I wasn't gonna put myself in too much debt.
Exactly. And it's lifelong debt. What I learned recently, I always do research. I love researching different financial platforms. And I found out that when you do a bankruptcy, you cannot bankrupt your
student debt.
education, your student loans. You cannot put a student loan under bankruptcy.
No, you can't.
So that means you got to pay. You could put taxes under there. You could owe a house, a mortgage, and all of that. But
Student
you
loan is
cannot
the
put
new form of
a student
slavery.
loan. It is. It really is. And
Ex
I love it
Obama.
because I
And you know that they push that as part of tradition when you go through school. Go to school, get a good education, get a good job. So you go to school for 12 years, but and if you happen to take a specialty, then you add 4 years of college
Mhm.
and another 4 years of 2 to 4 years of specialty. So that's
Yeah.
anywhere near 18 to
Yes.
20 years of schooling.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So if you went to private school, you had a fee. You went to college, you had a fee. And then you go into your work life in a deficit so that you can pay back everything that you created
Well,
prior to you earning anything.
Well, I mean, here's some tools that we're not gonna make it seem like it's doom and gloom, but here are some
Mhm.
tools that you can help pay back your student loans as well.
Okay.
You can work in a public field and pay back. If you paying back consistently for 10 years, then you can basically wipe out your student debt. Or if you're a teacher
Nice.
teaching at a Title I school, I think it's 5 to 10 years, but you can wipe out your student loan debt working in a Title I school, which is basically a low income area type school.
Right.
Okay.
I've heard that before, a
So
time or two.
so I want you to understand that as we are building our metaverse, a lot of things are coming to surface. This process with the debt has come up because it's very similar to sharecropping, and early on with the emancipation, what ended up keeping people in slavery longer because just because they were emancipated didn't mean that they didn't have anywhere to go. There was nowhere for a freed person to go and be a responsible citizen because they had been living.
One more
At
thing. Emancipate does not mean to be free. It means to exchange.
exchange.
So basically, exchange from a slave owner to a slave state. So basically, you became the property of the state. That's why you have a state ID. That's why you have a state birth certificate.
Hmm. Hmm.
So basically, you became a property and a slave of the state. So hey, thanks Abraham Lincoln for putting us back in slavery again.
Well,
Oh wow, that's a flip of the spatula.
but what he did do, I can explain to you, is he unified the process. I hate to say it, but he unified the process, which made all the rulings fall under a different code, basically. Now, with that, the actual process of becoming a free person was almost impossible if you didn't have the ability to leave the location and follow the rules. Because I found out that there were some rules put in place.
Mhm.
Basically, they were told that they were free, but it was recommended that they stayed and worked for wages as opposed to leaving, and they were not allowed to gather in what is it? It wasn't Confederate in the I guess Yankee
Union.
Yankee locations, Union
Yeah.
locations. You couldn't gather in Union locations. You couldn't be vagrant, so you couldn't be without a job and a home. And you passing through the South trying to get up out of there.
But the thing is,
And they
though,
put a fence down.
what we,
Good.
what we failed to realize is within the past 12 years of the time when the Emancipation Proclamation happened, we had the Freedmen's
Exactly.
Bank. So you had a whole bunch of slaves come together and create over $12 million within 10 years.
Mm,
That's was powerful. That's the powerful movement of seeing the people
exactly.
who was all oppressed to create $12 million worth of revenue within a short amount of time.
Come on now. And the fact of the matter is that given the opportunity, you see what the results have been.
I
Given a
got it.
true, go
Go
ahead.
ahead, Ruby. Finish your thought. I'm sorry.
I'm
No,
sorry.
I'm saying give it's just like instead of we talk about uh giving a man a fish, teaching a man to fish. What happens if you just let a man go and open up the pond to them and see what they can do for themselves?
Well,
What happens when opportunities are even and the level play field exists? What could they create?
Idle
well, first,
hands.
in this
Go
day and
ahead.
age, you might be able to say level playing field. Anytime from when they created the emancipation, the walk for Juneteenth, fair and equal didn't really even exist. An open pond for people to be able to grow and thrive was almost impossible. Not that
Mm,
it couldn't be done. Understand me, I'm not saying it couldn't be done, but
uh.
they weren't going to give you a leg up, particularly if they saw you were actually making it.
So okay, now that's what really kind of gets me going. Look, guys, I'm really in this process. I told you I'm in here
This
learning a
is,
lot about this
and I want you to realize this
about
is
this
not about
process.
them or they. This is as it happened, as it occurred.
Okay. Okay. So what we're gonna do is talk about the oppressors at the time, because there were oppressors very clearly. There were oppressors, and I was going to call them. We can't don't have to call them we call them a they. We can call them by their name. And the fact of the matter is the oppressors of the time are still the oppressors of today, and they have like I said, it has a different spin on it. We call it what it is, but it was the same thing back then. The oppressors were the ones holding all the cards, and those are people of wealth and that dominated. That still happens today. It still rolls around the same way. And to be very honest, racism was the biggest farce that was created to distract people from rising together, and still
Shout out to
stands
the
in the way
Rockefeller
of
and
true growth.
Rothschilds.
Go ahead, say that again.
So shout out to the Rockefeller and Rothschilds who played
Yep.
a whole lot of games with us, even to
Hmm.
this day. Because due to they own the control of the school education, they own the
Absolutely.
oil rigs, they own everything around them, but they own nothing, but they control everything.
Everything.
You'll never see the name connected because they know to hide their names. But
Not
their
directly.
financial strings are there. And you already know. Like you tell everybody all the time, follow the money.
Not directly.
When you Okay, you gotta mute that because we can all hear that. Which is, I don't mind hearing myself echo. It's cool. But the fact of the matter is that we want to make sure that we don't get this whole they them, and people think it's all about black and brown, and and pale and orange and blue. Let me
We all
explain something to you.
slaves.
I was about to say. I was about to say.
We all
Those who do
slaves.
not know, without knowledge, you're enslaved. Without knowledge, actions, and protections of yourself in word, you are a slave. And you were enslaved, and then you were pacified to acting the way someone needs you to act. We've been constantly being pacified, and then we've been what do they call it, prodded by different ways, whether it's money, lack thereof, fear. Think about all of the things that keeps you doing what you do, making people make decisions. We were just talking, speaking of which, not this isn't a COVID conversation, but we got to get real about some things.
Lord have
From
mercy.
day one, from day one, we've been talking with people about not letting this COVID thing and this vaccine process break your relationships with your family, because things will change. And we have watched them. We've watched the powers that be, who support for their purposes, switch up. And now all of a sudden, things that were detrimental to life are not so bad. You can do it as long as you can go out and go to the store and spend money.
Of course.
As long as you get back into work. Your children got to go to school, because if they ain't at school, you ain't at work. We can't make the hey, taxes ain't flowing.
But that's how it always is. When anything affects the bottom line of the corporation,
Yeah,
they will change the rules automatically to fit the need.
they've changed.
And putting funding back into the population is a need currently.
It
So,
is. And the fact of it, it'll change the narrative of your physical health. Go ahead, Hutch.
it's funny. Like I mentioned, like on another platform, like we
Hmm.
was talking about on Wednesday, Robert Crypto. They changed the verbiage. They went from control to basically making it safety. It's safety issues because of you have to be around certain people, or you have to do this because it's safety. It's still a format of control,
Of
but
course,
they
it's control.
yeah, I mean, it's just the verbiage and the etymology of the words and stuff that they're using to control the population.
It just makes sense because when they're doing these things, first of all, as people, we don't really have conversations. We listen for key words so you can get the point. You're not listening for context to begin with. They say,
Exactly.
oh, they'll hear, like you said before, it was we want to control the spread of a
Yeah, we're gonna
word,
we'll do that because we on
control
YouTube.
that.
Yeah,
We're
Now
trying
they
to
want they want
control
to
the
provide
spread.
safety to the population, Okay, so what people hear is they want to make us safe, not they're being safe or it's safe. They want to make us safe. Hold on, have you
Wait,
not?
I got a song for you.
Oh, good
We're
lord, good.
all in this together till it comes
Yeah,
to me against you. And that's been the narrative. I hate to say it. Unless we are all in this together, as long as I stay safe, you do what we got to do so I could be safe too. And that has
absolutely.
been the narrative. Now, regardless of if it goes against what you believe in your safety and personal health, regardless, as long as I'm safe, you got to do it. But wait, hold up. What you mean I got to do this? Now, I've asked people who have been vaccinated. I've let people know all the time. Your choice is your choice. My choice is mine. I'm not anti anything. I don't believe that your choice is a bad one. Your choice was for you.
Your choice is definitely for you.
My choices are for me. And I think everybody's out here got some different group trying to fight for their choice. But yet, when it came to this vaccine, it seemed like people just threw that whole thing out the window. Was like, why you not getting it? It was like,
Look,
why you? What do you mean? And I said, first of all, could you tell me the list of ingredients that went into your body when you walked in there and agreed that you were willing not to sue if you got sick or a poor reaction? Oh, so let me guess. You can't tell me, and you probably didn't know that's what you signed on the way in. You were just really ready to be the first one to get the vax because you got to be safe because the government said.
absolutely.
I question everything my doctor tells me I need to get, and then I decide whether I'm going to get it. My doctor is a professional. I'm a pro. I'm a master of me. I've been with this chick almost a half a century. Anybody else?
It's like your body will tell
And
you what you need, especially through your
exactly.
mouth. Your mouth will tell you everything. Like it'll tell you from a tip.
Absolutely.
If you're diabetic, if you're
Uh huh.
it has the control over everything that we do. So, like they say, life and death lies in the tongue.
Yeah, you guys, I ain't gonna lie. I have dehydration issues. So when I am dehydrated and I'm not properly drinking, guess what happens to my mouth?
It's dry,
I It gets
Sure.
not just dry, but I get sores.
sores.
I actually went to the doctor. I was like, oh my God. I was so worried. I was like, I know I don't do those kind of things. She was like, what are you talking about? I said, I have sores in my mouth. Is that the thing? Is that the thing? She goes, she had to explain to me. She says, Ruby, what's been going on with your diet? What are we going to do? I said, I have been having some cramps in my legs. I've been a little dehydrated. She said, that's the lack of fluid. Your body reacts. Your liver and your kidneys are reacting by pulling away. So you
Pulling
get
the
the
moisture
sores.
from your mouth.
Exactly. Your heart and all your kidneys and all of that's trying to find liquid. Now, where does liquid enter your body for that? It goes to the source. We don't think it's the science. Science is not crazy. It's not crazy. It's
It's the
simple.
conversation.
My liver trying to get to my mouth and tell it it need water. Yeah. So
Look,
look, I need us to not be crazy. I need us to start being very basic. My doctors, I talked to them about the vaccine. They were like, yes, they got vaccinated, and they got this, that, and the other. Some had was like, look, I wasn't really feeling it, but I got to work, and I'm trying to keep things going. She said, say, feel confident, but I talked to a few of these doctors, and even they were like, all this boosting is not. I'm not feeling it. I'm
they're
not
not.
feeling boosting.
Look, your
I'm not
body is the
feeling every
best
time I
science
turn
project
around.
you will ever have. Your body will tell you everything that's going on, and you don't have to ask. Your body will let you know, like, hey, you might want to do something. And the body has telltale signs. You know when you're not feeling well. You know, young people don't
Yeah.
get carried away. If you see acne on your face, that means your body needs something, or it has too much of.
Yes.
If you get a
Yeah.
boil under your arm or on your leg, you might need to clean a
No,
few
they
things.
don't know. Excuse me. No, they
Might need
don't
to
know.
clean a few things.
You're
Well, come on
speaking
now.
to youth. You're
Have you
speaking to
eaten?
youth, and they need to know. They need to be involved. I mean, I'm not like I said, I'm not telling nobody. This is not advice. I'm not telling you not to go to the doctor. I'm not telling you not to get vaccinated. I'm just making sure you understand one thing: your body, your choice. My body, my choice.
You know
And
what? You know
neither
what?
the twain will meet. The
This
meet
is
of the
what I
twain
think.
should
Real,
meet when
this is a
making
true
decisions.
statement right now, and I don't think people realize it. Everyone's talking about smart TV, smart device. You're walking around with the best smart device in the world.
Your
Your
body.
body isn't. Yeah, that too. Sometimes we got to
Well,
check people
see,
what goes upstairs, but
that's the thing. Before your do you know that your brain is not as smart as your cells?
no, it
Well,
isn't.
And people
or
don't realize that your cells do more computations seconds and have been in existence to where they know all of your all your they have memory of all of the relatives that came to make you. Everyone that led up from the first
or,
lies
or
inside you.
or your first brain is your stomach. A lot of
Yeah,
people don't realize that.
but you work so much better when you're hungry. I tell people, you get more dedicated to getting to the goal when you're hungry. No doubt. You get hungry, like, wait, hold on. Let's get to the end of this. Let's
You
get to
will
the
rush.
core of the problem.
You'll rush the show. Look, I really love it because we're here talking about things that matter in people's lives. And like I said, this isn't a vax non-vax thing. It's just about how about we start thinking. Things change, and relationships. You don't need something that's temporary to change a long-term thing that you need to grow. Because now we need to stay together. We need to be putting this in together, really. But that last argument we had about COVID, and now all that stuff flipped, all that stuff is not as important to the people who were feeding it to you. Now you still got that hole in your family, that relationship is a hole in it. And then guess what? You can't move forward with that person. So we don't want you to trap yourself in emotional stuff. Now, that brings us into the markets. Because when people ask me about Bitcoin, what's it doing? Why is it falling? How you gonna do this? I gotta ask my brothers, how are we gonna make it through this winter? Because it's
Accumulating.
a crypto winter.
Well,
Come on.
it, just like any animal that goes in hibernation, the market goes into hibernation. So basically, what we do, wait till the market get very low, so that means like the fruit will be bearing, and then you go accumulate, go pick off the tree, go pick off all the little small amounts you can, and save it
That's
up
it.
for the winter for the harvest.
That's it. I'm all for that. Live like a bear. The market is down. Fill it up as best you can, because you
You
still
got it.
you still got to get through the winter. I'm gonna tell you guys, fill it up. Wait through the winter to pass. It's a cold
Exactly.
season. That's all.
But there's a lot of people who don't seem to realize all of this is about education. If you don't start learning, taking the time to educate, look, we right here, it says free crypto education down there. Now, but my question is how are you going to interact with that kind of information? Are you going to go, oh man, here they go talking about that crypto? Are you going to tell yourself, oh my God, what about that crypto? Yeah,
Mm.
because if you don't get in and get that info before you start trying to put that money in, you're going to get broke real quick. I got a lot of people going, yo, got $1,000. What could I do? You could come to class.
You
That's the
know,
first thing I think. I'm not booking your consultation so I can keep booking you again and again and you get mad
Again
at
and
me.
again and again.
You could get mad at me because you don't know crap. You can't do nothing on your own. So before you come to me, you better come to class. We're gonna sit down. We're gonna learn the basics. We're gonna get into this thing. Right now, at exactly 9 p.m. tonight, we get to join the crypto boomers on their platform. This is for the 50
yeah,
and plus. If you got some folks out there, you better get them in the room. I don't care if you put it on in the room while they sitting there. Just let it be playing. Because what they're
exactly.
gonna hear is, hey, how you doing? And have people having fun. And people just, I mean,
One of the
having
things
a
you really got to
ball.
look at as individuals. I don't care. Education, like Ruby said, is the key. But you got to have an interest in what you have and what you want to keep. Because
Yes.
as people, we don't have a problem making money. That's easy. We can go to work,
Do it all the
get a
time.
job.
I
We can
know how
do
to
a
work.
hustle. We've never had a problem. We've never had a problem. We just don't know how to keep it because that's not the conversation.
because
being the we're
that's
the
where this
top
comes.
30% of consumers in the world.
One
Come
point
on,
seven
y'all.
five trillion a year that this race spends on consuming products, especially
Amen.
foreign products like purses, book bags, clothing, all
Shoes, yes,
food.
clothing,
Hello,
shoes,
y'all ain't got to get that deep. Don't even go that. That's too far to go.
It is, but
hair,
Hair products.
hair. I mean, hair expensively too.
We
Nine
spend
hundred
hundreds
dollars
and hundreds of dollars
for
on
bundles
bundles of
for
dead
your
people
hair.
hair,
Brazilian we
Brazilian dead people hair. But we
I'm
want to
so
throw that up
tired
in
of
our
listening.
scalp and call it fashionable.
Look,
Hello,
I'm not gonna act like I don't buy hair. I just
I'm
don't buy
not
nine hundred
opposed to anyone
dollars
buying
got a
hair.
new
for
idea. I just got a new idea.
I just cut mine. I
what?
don't care.
We're gonna put the weave on the blockchain, so
Yeah, yes. So I'm
you can
talking about
No,
resell your
but
weave
yeah.
through the
all
blockchain.
jokes aside, and on the serious side,
Preserve your weed.
my question for everybody, and I did this a couple of years ago when we started with crypto. I used to spend $2 a day on coffee. $2 a day. I did 1 year. I didn't buy a single drop of coffee.
Mm.
I saved $730. $730.
Let's do
I
the math
put that
on
into
that.
crypto.
Thank you.
There are people who spend
You beat me to it this
$13 a
time.
day. There are people who spend $13 a day on cigarettes.
Mm-hmm.
That's a pack a
More
day
than that.
habit.
That's seven
More
hundred
than
thirty
that.
dollars. $730 a year. $2 a day is $730 a year.
Yeah.
Imagine if
Now
you
check
put
it. $13 a day.
Promise.
If you're a pack a day person,
Come on.
365. Multiply that just up. We're not here to teach you math. Come to the class. We'll show you some math that you really
I'm
appreciate.
about to say yes, we are.
that's
We'll show you
$4,745 a year.
seven
Come on,
thousand
y'all.
$400.
$4,745.
4,000.
Say that
That's a
again.
for some people. That's
Four
a down
thousand
payment on a car.
$dollars.
You give up a pack of cigarettes a day. That's a down payment on a car.
Yep.
Split that in half. Say that's
Mm.
2,100 a year. That's 2,100 in crypto. If you choose to,
Man,
that's $2,100 in an investment of
right
Man.
here.
that you've researched.
So I want to just say that, and this is the thing. We're always talking about people always worry, oh, what I got to give up. My question is, what you trying to gain?
What you trying to
When
keep?
people
Let's not
talk
say
to
give
me,
up. What you want to get?
no,
Absolutely.
this is the thing. But I still really think people, oh, I'm not trying to be, living on sandwiches and this, that, and the other. My question is if it got you to, if it in the next couple of years got you to a lifestyle where you never had to have a sandwich again by choice, within a couple of years, you'd be able to live the way you wanted to, and no one control it. Meaning, this is something that you control 100%. What do you care what you're giving up? I think what happens is I had to learn that savings was not a sacrifice. That was something, I didn't know that this is a wealth, it was a wealth habit that I was learning at the time. Wealthy people know the value of savings, but they also know the value of what they save in. Okay. What they saved in was
Absolutely.
something that was going to grow their funding. They didn't just put their money in a box or in a place so somebody was holding it for them. Thought you were saying something. I'm sorry, brother.
No, you're
Go
fine.
ahead.
I said I don't mind living off fruits and vegetables for a whole entire year if I'm gonna come out being in a better place like multi-millionaire
Don't worry,
or
How about healthier too? You
brother.
live
You're gonna
on
be
fruits and
country strong.
vegetables
You
for
live
a
on
year.
vegetables for a year. You be all right.
You're going to be stronger, wealthy.
You're
I'm
gonna
serious. If you took your meat
look.
budget, and I'm saying, look, I ain't telling y'all go vegan or nothing. I'm telling you what to do.
shout
I'm
out to
just
vegan
saying.
coach.
The body, the body they will thank it will thank you today. Within a week, your body will thank you. But then if you move into it, took your meat budget and you took what you spend in meat in 1 month, took that out, no meat. Let your wife or your woman know and your man know we gonna try something new. Just give it 2 months. 2 months. Be like, baby, look, I'm trying this new thing. They always down for you looking trim and thin and all that good looking stuff. Oh, baby, I'm gonna do this at the end of this detox.
Baby,
That,
I'm
that,
there.
that.
Don't you see what? Don't you see the golden
Well,
look there? Don't you see the
tell them
look?
I need
I'm slim and trim.
Okay, anyway, brother, y'all see what I gotta deal with? Look, straight up, you could they would if they would do a detox with you and be like, oh, we're gonna be sexy together, we're gonna do it. That. How about we be wealthy and sexy? How about we take those funds instead of figuring out what else we could put it to, like let's go out. How about why don't we go to that? Why don't we take that financial course together so we can build together? How can I get some skills and you get some skills and we bring those together to build? Because I'm gonna tell you right now, I love my husband. Y'all know I love my husband. Mr. Thomas, you are a number one. I love you. As a man, you are the man. This man takes care of me. But if I met that man after financial literacy and he had some, y'all might not know us. I let you know now. Put this brain in my 19-year-old body on, on. Because one,
Man,
I
look,
would have bought Bitcoin then. I would have been robbing people to buy Bitcoin. Telling them, leaving them IOUs,
Listen,
look.
talking
Let me
about,
tell
look,
you, and
that
I know
50
we
is
all got a
good.
Bitcoin story. Let
we
me tell
all
you, if I would have known about Bitcoin in 2008 when I started my state job, every paycheck would have gone to Bitcoin. Honey, you gotta hold us down for the next 2.5 years. I ain't doing nothing. All my overtime was going to Bitcoin.
give yourself
Oh,
4 years that, and then a year after that having, you've been.
And we can laugh about it now and joke, but
But
this is that time, ladies and gentlemen. All jokes aside, this is that time.
uh,
all that has learned.
yes, right now is the time to accumulate Bitcoin because we're in the mode of accumulation. You're in the years
Right.
of accumulation before the halving. The halving takes place, and
Exactly.
then you wait the year after the halving, which would be November, December area. Then you reap your
Hmm.
reward.
Right.
So, and for those who are struggling right now, and I know there's a lot of us out there that are dealing, that can't even say us anymore. For myself, I did get into a point where I was like, oh my God, the cash flow is slowing down, this, that, and the other. But then I had to assess how I was living. So some of this is to help people really understand what you should be doing at the time when you're in a crypto winter. A lot of options. People tend to get, don't ask me why people think that trading is something you do when you have the least amount of money going, the least of cash flow going on. I don't get that because trading is great, but it's like going to Vegas and hoping that you make double your rent money. I would not put my finances in that space because it's too risky and it's unstable. You know what's happening in the markets. It's really unstable. So if you lose it, it's lost forever. It didn't lose value, different.
You
At this
don't
time,
trade. You
go
don't
ahead.
trade what you can't afford to lose.
There you
Absolutely.
go. And we share this with people because I've had people who said, "Hey, Ruby, I was trading and I put this much. I lost $10,000. What were you doing?" Now, mind you, I'm not a trader. My husband's a trader in the family. Okay, I'm a teacher. I'm an educator. And good evening, Miss B. How you doing? We love it. Miss Family's hopping on. And so with that, he knows this, he knows the rules, that's his passion, the structure, he teaches, but he also does it. And he doesn't do it with funding outside of what he's created for that. So I want to share a little something for folks that think that they're going to go off into crypto land and start making your millions right away. And you're just going to be a millionaire because you got crypto. Let's start with the first thing. Education is not just key so that you can know how it works. You also need to know so that you'll know what you really have an idea of what you really want to be involved in and how. People are selling things that are related to crypto. That's called marketing.
Yep.
Yep.
That's called marketing. Alvin, you got to shut it down, honey. Something that you're doing is making a double echo.
Let me
So
check.
I want
Hold
to
on.
make It's all right. It's just sound. So what I'm trying to share with folks is that don't get caught up in the marketing of these companies that are trying to sell you crypto packages, airdrops, and that's you don't buy airdrops. Airdrops are free crypto.
Yep.
All you have to do is follow the rules. And one of the rules is not to buy the crypto to get the crypto. You don't buy the crypto that you get as an airdrop. Some people just have to have the crypto. So find an example of amazing airdrop. I was in on it, didn't even know I was in on it. My good friend Hutch Weir called me and said, "Did you get your what was it? $4,000? $2,000?
It was three. It was three. It was 1,500 at the time. It came
Fifteen
in.
hundred."
It was 400 free tokens.
So I got 400 free tokens when Uni did an airdrop. This was
And
the
how come I
first
didn't
time
get
I
that
ever heard of an
information,
airdrop.
Hutch?
Oh, piece of
What was
work.
that? You trying to?
Look,
You were being
No, no,
favoritism?
no, no. This is what happened with you. I told you, brother. I said, look, I showed you and Sister Ruby. I said, go ahead and go get yourself some SNX token, which is synthetics, and then basically you'll be eligible for the airdrop before the what was it September 1st
uh-huh,
snapshot.
uh-huh, go ahead.
And then so when the
Uh-huh.
snapshot happened, it snapshot everybody wallet who went through Uniswap to purchase the tokens. So, brother Alvin, I can't help you if you don't follow the rules and instructions of the
Oh,
Thank
guidance.
oh,
you.
that's how that went.
Come
Okay.
to class. That's how that
Oh,
works.
okay, no problem. Yeah, actually,
So
that's exactly what happened. I'm not gonna lie.
it cost him $1,500 and 400 coins. And let me
That's
explain, y'all,
exactly
those
what
coins,
happened.
the coin itself went up in value. That coin went up to where my wallet was over $4,000 in value because I
That
had
one day.
400 coins. Yeah. And the
And
fact of the matter is, go
three
ahead.
months later, and then 3 months later, it turned to $27,000 for that one airdrop.
Thank you. See, if that's if you didn't cash out any of it, I didn't know about it. I know how it worked, so I just saw it, little some change. I moved some funds around. I was like, this is fun. This is great. First time I ever got an airdrop, and that implored me to learn about airdrops and how they're readily available. Crypto has many different opportunities to enter. People are always trying to throw money at it that they don't have. But if you learn some new rules from some people who are willing to share with you not just their experience, but what's available, and then teach you how to find opportunities, what can you do? We've
You
been
can do
doing this for
anything.
almost 3 years on P2G's network. I'm not kidding. And I tell everybody, people ask us, they come in and go, Miss Ruby, are you kidding me? This is real. This is real. And I say, yes, because this is what we do. It's called pay it forward. When you join P2G networks, you get access. The Bankers Club is the next level, but they need you to come to the basics. So when you coming in, you're not paying over and over and over. Who does that? Who does that where they teach you the basics and then when you're ready to up your game and get yourself together financially, you go to an advanced program with the basics ready to go and set up, and then you get to see how to play games with this money and you start seeing airdrops, free coins dropping in, and now you got value because you decided to learn who's offering what.
It's all
I don't
about
know how
the
many people. Go ahead, say it again.
it's all about the education. I know. Shout out to Christopher Board, man. He put a post up
Yes,
today. He said, "Walk to earn, play to earn." Uh, he also said that
drive to earn.
drive to earn, but now you
Yep.
also can sleep. You can sleep to earn.
Sleep to earn. I remember
Yep.
sleep coin. There's a sleep coin. How you get
There's
paid in
a sleep
crypto to
coin, most
sleep?
indeed. While you laying down, you get paid.
Speaking of which, thank you. You just reminded me I got to turn on my coin app right here. Just letting y'all know, and if you go to my page, you can see on my I have my just I'm sharing with everybody. I'm pretty sure you guys have it as well, but I keep up a list on my link tree. I have what's called Ruby's Money Tree. It's a link tree, and it has all of the things you can try, new little coin games and all of that. Mr. Thomas, where's your link tree?
My link tree is on my page itself. You just go to the settings and go right in.
Exactly. Hutch, yours is on a site, or are you do you also have your link tree?
Mine is on my Instagram page. It would be like link trees forward
Smart.
slash touch and D.
Ah, the family link tree. We like that. The reason I named mine Money Tree is because I have two, and one is for education, and the other one's for how we gonna make money together. It's literally multiple platforms that I'm building little coins on just by doing things in my
And
everyday life. With
pretty
crypto in my life. That's it.
pretty soon you better go to muse.place forward slash rapping crypto and get all my link
And
trees.
all
So
of those, exactly.
Yep.
So we're excited because we are creating now. Let's move forward because we're almost done for the night, but we cannot forget to share the projects that are going on. So for those who are watching this and live in Harlem or live in and around the Harlem area, tomorrow P2G is on the road. P2G is going to be in Harlem at an event called Warm. And it's sponsored by a group called Warm. It's called Love on the Block.
Mm.
It's sponsored by a group that's been built for women against violence, and they're literally ourselves and 50 other governmental, education, hospital, you name it. There's going to be all kinds of donors there. There's 50 other donors that's going to be giving out all kinds of goodies. We have a crypto gaming table where you can earn amazing things. We have digital stuff for you to give away, and there's going to be a free raffle from the time that we start to the time that we end.
Uh-huh.
If you would like to see where this is going to be taking place, go to P2G Networks. The flyer is up. Get the information and make sure you get yourself there, because you can bring bags. Or maybe not. You know they give out bags now. They give the little handbags with the business old names on it. Go get you some goodies. There's gonna be food. Who's Alvin? One of the doctor. So we got like two different major
There is Shake
retailers.
Shack. I'm looking at it right now. We got Shake Shack up there.
Look
We got Costco's
at
up there. And I
that's
don't
food,
know if
y'all.
this is
That's
guaranteed.
food.
This is not a guarantee. We were out yesterday handing out flyers. Uh, One of the neighborhood vendors, Krispy Kremes, wants to come out and donate donuts that afternoon. So you
Oh,
might
I
even
love
see
it.
Krispy Kreme out there.
I hope they got in touch with them, because I would love me a little Krispy Kremes, y'all. You know what I'm
I
saying? Put a
haven't
little
had
something
Krispy
around
Kreme
it.
in years, but I'm
I'm about
about
to
to be
make
bad that day and have me a Krispy Kreme.
Say that
I'm
again, Hutch. Where
about
you
to make me a
going?
trip to Harlem. I'm about to come make me a
Ah!
trip.
Well, don't think that's the last of it, because we have some huge events coming up. This is just the first of a summer events. We also will be doing live classes for those who will live in the New York area. We will be doing live business in your crypto in your business classes,
Yep.
introducing the metaverse of business to real business owners in Harlem. We're actually setting up our class for August, so you guys will be able to actually book a class to see how it really works hands on in Harlem. If you have a business and you're trying to break into this new digital space, you better come get the basics. It will
What,
cost you $25, but you'll be there and you'll leave with a whole lot more. We look
whether you're
forward
an
to it.
artist, whether you're a cook, whether you're a chef, whether you're
Exactly.
um, entrepreneur selling anything, any type of product, you want to learn how to get your business out of the metaverse. Make sure you go hit them up in
Right.
Harlem.
Not just
Absolutely.
Harlem, y'all. We want to make sure you understand Harlem is just our base. This is a remote learning crypto education platform. P2G has been remote learning for the last 3 years, through before and through a pandemic. So you get to join classes online anywhere in the world at any time of day. We have people who have classes that are given in other countries. So get that no matter where you are, we've got not one size fits all. We've got many sizes to fit anybody that comes to the table. So I'm excited. We have people who are in Africa, some in France. I'm really excited about some of these people who are coming to our into our space, because
Because
this all
we
got
got
here
people
through
from New
networking.
Orleans in the building.
Oh yes. Oh yes. So if you're looking for what is the metaverse, what is crypto, what is the blockchain, how does it affect my life, you come to P2G, you get it all. We want to invite you to events that change your life forever, and let you know right now, before we ever ask you for a dime, we'll make sure you understand what it is you're going to be buying. And to tell you right now, I've never paid. I paid a lot for my education. Most of it was bought in mistakes. Anybody else?
I think you gotta go. You gotta get your knees scraped up a little bit when you're in this business.
And
Gotta
so
get your
right
knees scraped.
now, what we are doing is, as a community, we are helping each other not get so many scrapes, learn how to get through some of the pitfalls, and makes whatever mistakes you're going to make more tolerable so that you can overcome them. I'll let you know now, this is the only place I know where we continuously make comebacks from market changes. So when these guys talk to you about that, you want to listen. All right, Hutch D, what's happening with the Bankers Club this next month? Let us know.
So what's going on in the bank club next month? My brother Elder will be back home. Thank God. We miss
Woo-hoo!
you.
Yes.
I know you out there doing your thing for your family. We appreciate you out there doing it, but need you back, bro. Mario, I know we're about to get we re-released the NFT for classes, so everybody who got the NFT now will be grandfathered in, but it'll be a
Mhm.
re-release. So basically, you will get a new NFT ticket for class. Also,
Okay.
we're focusing on the pencil power to the pencil, which is the pencil people.
Ah,
Basically, the economic, the whole CO2 offset with a pencil and supporting after school programs for kids. That's one thing that me and brother LJ is going hard for with Legendary NFT. Shout out to the Legendary NFTs.
right.
Also, what's going on in the base club? I also have another new position. I just picked up this last couple of weeks. I am now A&R for Badcat distribution. So any artists out there that are looking to get education and music in the music business for contracts. Also, we have
That's right.
7 different platforms where you can brand yourself. Also, we distribute yourself on so many different platforms, and
Hmm.
also I am probably going to be doing metaverse sites for artists through distribution. So
Absolutely.
I don't know what probably vinegar. That's
Actually, that's a process. So while Hutch is doing that, we're actually in the process of taking in, we're looking for apprentices, people who are interested in learning this process. The outcome will be that you will get to work for us on projects that you will get
yes.
paid for. But you will have to take the apprentice program immediately, which will start in when? Are we going to do it in August?
yeah, we'll do it in August. Basically, we'll show you the ropes, show you certain apps you can use to create certain tools and certain effects to your pictures and everything that you need to learn how to use inside the metaverse space. You can learn how to do it through the apprenticeship, and then basically you can go from there.
Exactly. So, letting you all know, we will be promoting this apprenticeship. It is a remote process. The skills that you learn in the apprenticeship will earn you a spot in our team for creating the paid platforms. So you will get paid for the work that you do once you completed the apprenticeship. Now, that being said, P2G is also being sponsored by our tech company, which is Gotcha Text. Gotcha Text has been our parent company for that supports P2G and actually all of its processes technologically. We are
Yes.
an IT company that supports services really pretty much around the country because we have techs that
Mhm.
live everywhere, pretty much who do everything. And what we're doing is we're actually we're pulling on techs to come in and be a part of our collaborative process. See, we're not just collective enlightenment, we're collective working. And if you are looking
Absolutely.
for new skills in this Web3 world, it's time to join the group that's educating for the purpose of building work. We're
Yes, I'm
not
learning.
joking.
We're learning new applications to apply the
That's right.
classes. Where I learned a new website how to basically show people how to code, learn safety and
Exactly.
security.
Oh,
Uh,
speaking of which, thank you. Freecodingcamp.com, just like you said. Thank you. This is a resource you can join. Okay.
yeah,
Hutch was just telling us about that. And
uh,
he's in the free coding course.
yes, I am. Also, you can go to what is it? LinkedIn also got free certification courses. Allison has free certification courses. Um, there's a lot more platforms out there for free certification courses to basically use on your resume to boost yourself out there to for your
Exactly.
for your resume or build yourself up to run your own business.
Exactly. Oh my goodness. So I want to just share with everybody that this is not the end. And I just want you all to know that we're just getting started. This crypto
Absolutely.
winter, this crypto winter is a beautiful thing. For you,
Hashtag crypto winter.
for those who know how to take advantage of it, for those who learn, It's a beautiful place. And we want you all to learn, but you got to want it more than we do. We'll see you in class, P2G Networks, where we see that's where you go. Sign up for your free class tonight. We have free workshops. You'll see it right on the website. You click the button, you'll get the Zoom
Good.
link. We love you and have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Thank you. Y'all go and say your piece.